Hey guys, it's Kieran Campbell, registered dietitian here, and this is Heart Talks on the Road. Today, we are going to be talking about the best coffee creamers for high cholesterol. So, I know there are a lot of coffee drinkers out there. In fact, it's probably it is the most popular caffeinated beverage in the world, and most people drink it. I drink it every day. Can't start my morning without it.
Who wants coffee? I just made a fresh pot of coffee. Does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee? Does anybody want?
But even I wondered, what the heck can I put in my coffee that I know is going to be heart healthy, that isn't going to add a whole lot of extra either calories or total fat or saturated fat or cholesterol into my diet. So I broke down some options and reviewed those for you, and today I'm going to be presenting to you some better, more heart healthy coffee options, coffee add-in options that you can put into your coffee and not feel guilty. So first, I just want to start by talking a little bit about the problem with coffee that we drink today in the United States. A lot of the coffees that we drink are loaded, like we add so much sugar to it and so much creamer to it that pretty soon it's like 200 plus calories and full of saturated fat from the cream, that it's like a meal, you know? And if you go to traditional like coffee shops like Starbucks and even other coffee shops that are local, a lot of those commercially prepared sweeteners and coffee concoctions, they can add large amounts of artificial ingredients that can raise your total cholesterol, your LDL cholesterol. They have a lot of added sugars, and all that stuff raises your risk of cardiovascular disease over time. So they're really not doing you any favors in the long run. So what can you put in your coffee? So one option is skim milk or 1% milk. So this is a good option if you want to try like a skinny latte in the morning. So it'll add no fat to your coffee and it'll give you the same creaminess as almond milk or soy milk, which you can also use. Preferably the unsweetened kind that doesn't have any added sugars. You can also try, like I said, mention the almond milk, so that it'll add some creaminess, and it's also a good plant-based alternative. It'll add a little bit of a nutty flavor too, which some people like. So again, try and do the unsweetened versions, which aren't going to have any added sugars. Another good option is evaporated milk that you can buy in cans. So it's a great low sugar, low fat, creamy option. And finally, you can also try like the non-fat milk powder even. You can add that to your coffee. It's non-fat, it's a powdered version, so it's going to be shelf stable. It's going to add creaminess without any fat. But keep in mind, it's not lactose free. So if anyone has lactose intolerance, then the non-fat milk powder might not be for you. So those are some pretty plain basic options that you can put into your coffee that are going to help with your cholesterol, or not help the cholesterol, but prevent your cholesterol from rising. But what about some options that you can buy like in the refrigerated coffee creamer section? Some prepared coffee creamers that are already out on the shelves. I will give you two options that I prefer, that I like personally, and this is completely not sponsored. I just prefer these brands. The first one is called Elmhurst Unsweetened Oat Creamer, and this stuff is dairy free. It's only 10 per tablespoon, 10 calories, half a gram of fat, no grams of saturated fat, 1 gram of carbs, and 0 grams of sugar. So, and another plus is that Elmhurst has like really, really simple ingredients. Like it's mainly just water, unfiltered oats, and then hemp seeds. So And then it has like a very, very minute, like less than 2% of like added minerals and things. So really, really simple, clean ingredients, nothing crazy, nothing to be concerned about. And the good thing about this one is that it is shelf stable, so it's until you open it. So you can just keep it in your cupboard until you open it, and then you have to refrigerate it. But they also have, if you don't want the unsweetened kind, they also have other flavors to choose from, like vanilla, chai, which I think is really interesting, and hazelnut. And if you do the flavored versions, that is 1 gram of sugar, but the unsweetened has no grams of sugar. Okay, so Elmhurst unsweetened oat creamer, option number 1. Option number 2 is nut pods. These nut pods coffee creamers are 10 calories. You do find them in the refrigerated section with all the other coffee creamers, but they are 10 calories per tablespoon, 1 gram of total fat, 0 grams of saturated fat, no carbs, no sugars, and these are actually a blend of coconut and almond milk. They are also dairy-free, and they have 0 added sugars and artificial sweeteners, so that's amazing. And these also come in a variety of flavors like French vanilla, hazelnut, caramel, and they also occasionally have like a few limited edition flavors like cinnamon swirl, which sounds super, super good to me. So that's option number 2, nut pods. And if you compare those to the traditional half and half, that half and half per tablespoon has 20 calories, 2 grams of fat, 1 gram of saturated fat, less than a gram of carbs, less than a gram of sugars, and it does have some cholesterol. It has 5.25 milligrams of cholesterol. So the 2 options I mentioned have no cholesterol. Half and half has about 5.25 milligrams. Okay, so I hope I gave you some options for your coffee that will be helpful for helping to reduce your cholesterol or prevent any further increases in your total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol. You want to keep the total cholesterol to an absolute minimum in your diet, and that includes, you know, starting your morning off right with good options that you're adding to your coffee. So thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope this helped you figure out how to drink your coffee in the morning and experiment with whatever different options that you find. But yes, as a whole, just try and find ones that have 0 cholesterol, 0 grams of saturated fat. All right, thank you guys, and I'll see you next time on Heart Talks on the Road.